Well, hello everybody. It's Letitia with Barefoot Gardening. I hope that you're doing well. I am taking advantage of the day. It is beautiful. It's very, very sunny outside, but it is windy. I mean windy. Hence the broken glass jar. Oops, it fell off the table. So, casualty. Okay, so I am winter sowing some things today. I have 4 containers here, and this is a little bit different than I did it last year. I'm numbering the containers instead of writing on the outside what they are, but I have a sheet of paper here so I can put my numbers on those. You can also label on the inside as well. So I stuck another, number on the inside just to help me out in case this one rubs off. And typically it does kind of fade in the sun as it goes along, but for the most part I was able to tell everything of what I had last year. So I'm just going to repeat that process with just a minor adjustment. And I'm not winter sowing peas. I'm going to direct sow those. I also direct sowed some other things, and let me show you real quick. So here I direct sowed some French breakfast radish, some spinach, and some lettuce. I think that's butter crunch lettuce in the back here, in this long one right here. And then in this Cali Kim Smart Pot, I sowed some rainbow carrots. No, I sowed some rainbow carrots in that pot. There is a label. It's right there. Yeah. Okay. And then this is the butter crunch lettuce. I apologize. This is spinach. Spinach here, spinach there. French breakfast radish. Yeah. So yeah, I'm just going, when you like sow one time you just can't stop. That's what it really feels like. I just can't stop. Okay, so what I'm going to do is fill these with soil. If you do not understand the winter sowing technique, please visit my playlist. I have some things there for you from last year, and there's one live stream that I did this year, or I think it was actually December, talking about the winter sowing. So how to cut these and prep them. They have holes in the bottom, so I'm just going to fill them with soil. We're going to tape them off, and after we sow the seeds, water them in, and we're done. And then we're going to set these out in I'm actually going to move them. I usually have them back here in my space somewhere, but I'm actually going to move them out here on the pavement because they'll get more sun that way. And especially for my flowers, I'm a sow, I think, 1 pepper in the winter sowing. The rest I'm going to do in the house, or at least that's the plan. I've already started some Oda peppers in the house. And then I'm going to do a few tomato varieties as well. And you can get more than one variety in one container. You just have to remember which is which. So labeling is very, very important. So let me fill these up, and then I will sow just so you can see the process, and we'll be done for the day. Okay, so the first thing is you want to give everybody a home. So make sure you write down who is where, okay? And I also wanted to point out that I'm going to sow these black-eyed Susans. And I'm starting with the flowers because I want you all to know that this winter sowing technique can work for flowers as well, not just vegetable plants. So last year I did vegetable and flower. I put a whole lot of emphasis on the vegetables though. So I wanted to kind of show you all that it will work for flowers. So let's get to it. Okay, if you follow Cheryl Mann, who is also known as the Juicing Gardener on YouTube, this is where I learned the winter sowing technique. She'll tell you that you need really, really good soil. I'm using what I got, y'all. That's just the bottom line. Most of y'all know I had this here, and I used it as a raised bed, just like this, to grow some things and to test some things. I think I tested a cucumber that was really, really overripe, so I just scraped all the seeds out and sowed it because they were sprouted already inside of the cucumber. It was a really cool video, and so I'm just using what I got. I did amend just a bit, and I put some 555 fertilizer. You don't have to put fertilizer. Last year I did not. I didn't put fertilizer in any of the garden soil. I just bought some potting soil or potting mix from the store and used that. I didn't even worry about fertilizing until I got them out of the winter sowing containers. This has just been out here for forever, and it's been in the weather, and I just wanted to help it a little bit, or help my plants. So all I'm going to do, again, I have my holes in the bottom and on the sides, And so I want to just fill this up with soil, and you want this to be pre-moistened, and it was because it rained earlier. So I'm not going to moisten it again until I put the seeds in. So I'm just scooping some in just like that. And it's a couple inches full, and you know, there's no real technique on how to like fill it up. Just fill it up as much as you want. I would fill it up to where you cut the sorry, I thought I heard somebody cut the container. So just FYI, I don't remember off the top of my head again what number 1 was, so I need to go back and look real quick, and then I will plant the seeds. Okay, so number 1 on my list was the chocolate cherry sunflower, and this sunflower is gorgeous. Oh my god, look at that. Oh my god, it's gorgeous. So I'm gonna plant, and the question is how many. You know, I don't know. How many do you feel like putting in there? Okay, because you're gonna have to tear these apart. Remember, it's like we're starting our own plant starts in this container. Okay, so we're gonna have to separate them eventually. This is my first time, I think, growing sunflower, in the winter sowing containers, but I just have faith. I know it'll work, because last year I had such a great experience with winter sowing. So I'm going to plant the sunflowers. I'll probably put the seeds. I'll probably put about 10 in here, to be always honest. Let me show you the size of the seeds. Okay, so here are the seeds, and 1 or 2 of those don't even look like they belong in there, but here are the seeds, and they're not that big compared to the other sunflower that I have in the house. But you know, seeds come in all different shapes and sizes, so nothing to be alarmed by. So this space is not huge, but again, we're plant starts, so I'm not concerned really about spacing. I just want the plants to grow, and then I will separate them. I'm going to spread them out just a bit. So give me 1 second, and I'll put these down so I can show you how I'm gonna plant them. Okay, actually it's not a good idea to put them down because the wind's blowing so much. So well, that one, I don't know where that one went, but I'm just gonna do, you know, 1 every inch or so. Actually, you know what, why stress? How did that feel for everybody? You know, some of them are on top of each other, so I might move them around a bit. But, you know, I just don't feel like we have to stress out about this. It's just, you know, why? We deal with all the stuff, all the stress and anxiety in our day-to-day lives. Like, no good reason to stress out. There's just no good reason. So I'm spreading them out just a bit to give them a little room. But they are a little bigger than brassica seeds. Brassica seeds are real small. For those of you who don't know what a brassica is, those are like your lettuces and things like that. So I'm just making sure that the seeds are covered up. I'm gonna pat it down just like this, and then I actually might put a little bit more soil on top because I see a few sticking out. Okay, so I'm gonna put a little bit more on top and then water it in, and we're done. There we go. Just a little soil on top, pat it down, and you want to make sure that they're well watered in, which I don't have water, so I'm gonna get some water, and that's it, y'all. That's all you have to do. So 1 second, let me get the water, and I'll show you all the way through what to do. All right, so I got my handy dandy watering can right here, and I'm just gonna, yikes, try not to get everything wet. Oh, there's a worm in there. See the worm? And this is another good reason why you shouldn't have them, you know, take the stuff in the house. And if you do, I mean, you can sterilize your soil and all that, but I mean, that's it. So sorry y'all, made a mess here. So they're watered in. Now I'm going to close this. Remember, I have my label number on the inside as well. I'm gonna close it, and then I'm gonna tape all the way around to seal it. If you have your caps on, take them off. How else is the water going to get in, right? So this is how you water. The earth will water. It will rain. You don't really I didn't worry about watering maybe but once last year. Okay? And you're done. Okay, so that's the finished product. I just taped it all the way around, and you just want to make sure the tape for the most part is attached to the jug. We're creating that greenhouse effect. Okay, it's sealed up and it's draining, right? The water's coming out the bottom. I'm sorry if y'all can see that. And then just gonna walk it right out here and set it right here. Actually, right here, just like that. So the rain will go in, the sunshine will hit it, everything's good. We're golden, right? Thank you all so much for watching. I love y'all, and I'll talk to y'all later. You know I will.